Well, from plumbing to water purity to water softeners, many of us think a lot about the water in our homes, especially right now, Sean, as we are all at home. And this next company we're about to introduce you to can help you reach top tier on all those things.
Absolutely. Zach Hunt. He is a plumbing advisor with Goettl Air Conditioning and Plumbing, and he joins us now. How are you there, Zach?
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Doing very well. You think more about water and drains than the typical human being may on the course of a year. You probably do that in about a day. Let's talk about every person in the valley has some sort of conspiracy theory about the quality of the water in our valley. What exactly is the quality of our water, and what are the options when it comes to water purity in our homes?
Well, there are a lot of different options. When it comes to the purity of the water that comes to your house, we hear a lot of jive about, what it could be and what it can't be. But that's the reason why it's important for us to get one of our Sadie superstars out there so we can do a comprehensive test on what's actually coming into your house and give you an idea of what we could do to make it better for you and your family.
Sweet.
Yeah, excellent. Hey, Zach, speaking of um families, I'm the person in the family who cleans the most. And I was just at my kitchen sink last week, having a little extra time on my hands. And I did some very thorough cleaning of my kitchen drain. And I was shocked, shocked at how much buildup there was, shocked that I'd never cleaned it really deeply before. Drains are not always something that people pay a lot of attention to. And should we?
Oh, absolutely. The big thing with drains is knowing what's underneath the ground that you can't see right now. So having that on the forefront where you maintenance it, get a camera down it, and also it ties into water purity on how efficient the soaps and chemicals that we're using to clean our home. Having pure water or softer water helps those soaps work better together.
No question. Flood prevention. There's something that you don't think about until you've had a flood, and then you're like, "Wow, I wish I could have
Yeah.
prevented that." Tell us about your flood prevention inspection and how important those maintenances are, so we can maybe avoid the flood in the first place.
You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what it is. It's in the name. Is when we think about a flood prevention inspection, we want our customers to be able to make conscious decisions that are preemptive opposed to reactive. So we want to give them all the data in the world about the condition of their plumbing system so we can help them facilitate whatever needs to be done.
Sweet.
Just curious, Zach. I've heard a lot of flood horror stories from people, from friends, ruining wood floors, et cetera, et cetera. What room in the house have you seen flood most often?
The garage, 100%, because the water heater that you have in there, a lot of traditional standard tank style water heaters, it's 139-year-old technology on the back that we live in a place that has such aggressive water quality. So having that flushed and maintenance and inspected to make sure it's working to its highest efficiency is very important.
Yeah, I've actually had a friend of mine. Her water heater just busted and had a flood throughout her
Ooh.
garage, and it happens. It seems like it's just a ticking time bomb. Once you put it in, it's only a matter of time until that thing decides it's going to give up, and then you see what goes on inside of it and the rot that takes place because the water can be
Oh.
kind of rough. How important is water heater maintenance to the the long term functionality of that device and frankly the safety of your home?
Well, there's about four key components that I want to look at is, when we flush it, we want to see the gunk and the sediment and buildup that comes out of the heater. And we want to pull that anode rod to be able to make sure that it's doing its job to protect the tank and a safety device like a temperature and pressure relief valve that keeps it from being that ticking time bomb we talk about.
Now, how often do you see the anode not being replaced and therefore it just gets eaten up alive and early water heater death?
I couldn't even quantify the amount of times we see anode rods that don't get pulled and need to be changed.
Of course, but people put that in and they don't even think about it again. This is why we need Goettl in our lives, somebody that will think about it.
And that's what we're here for, is to be able to give you guys that data to be able to make a good decision, not at the time of failure, but be able to plan for it, budget for it, so we
Yeah,
can make the best plan together.
no question.
I tell you, Zach, I can just imagine the calls that you guys get because no one thinks they need you till they need you. I want to loop back to drains, if I might, for a moment, because I think so. Take plumbing for granted, and I know you live that reality. What else should we be concerned about, or what is good drain behavior? Um, and
Well,
then I'm dying to ask you a follow up question to this.
Well, good drain behavior is obvious. It's flowing, so we're good to go. The thing is we want to identify the things we can't see, and the best plumber doesn't have X-ray vision, right?
Yeah.
So we want to be able to make sure that it continuously flows, and we do that with our camera inspections.
Gotcha. Now, when it comes down to what we put down the drain,
Yes.
flushable
Flushable wipes.
baby wipes. Is that really a thing?
Yes or no?
We could ask 1,000 plumbers, and then we ask 1,000 consumers. The package says that it's flushable. It's not flushable.
There's a lot of things that are technically flushable that shouldn't be flushed. Exactly. Yeah.
Marbles are flushable.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
that's right. Oh,
Really quickly, you get a special if you need some cleaning on the drains. You have a special for people to do just that.
Yeah, we do the $80 drain special where we get one of our Sadie superstars out there so we can get that water to drop and get flowing and do a camera inspection to make sure that it's going to continuously be good to go.
Sweet. Zach, you're awesome. And you get a voice, by the way, that I
Okay.
trust so much.
Oh.
It's the Southern thing, man.
It really is. I want you to fix all my drains. Sounds
We're
weird.
more than happy to do so.
Cool. It's great having you, my friend. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You
Absolutely.
need help
Thank
from
you, guys.
Goettl, and especially if you need an emergency situation, maybe they can help you before the emergency takes place. How about you go to Goettl.com or call the number on your screen.
Use flushable wipes.
Yeah, flushable
They're
wipes is a joke. And
No,
by
no.
the way, Goettl Air Conditioning and Plumbing, a proud sponsor of the Morning Glow.